there were a few incidents where there were fights, but March 2015, when they came back from Australia, was when I really started to notice a change.
And how often would you witness arguments or fights during that time?
From in March?
From March and thereafter.
So when I came back from Australia, the arguments were pretty regular. Wouldn't say nightly, but every other night, several times a week, there would be arguments. And I mean, it was just verbal arguments, yelling. It was typically Mr. Depp wanting to get out of there. And so there was the trying to convince Ms. Heard to let us leave. And yeah, I mean, lots of name calling, lots of F-bombs, you know.
And who was the name calling directed at?
So that was typically Ms. Heard directing her feelings toward Mr. Depp.
And what do you recall Ms. Heard saying in those instances?
Oh dear. It would vary, and to be honest, I tried to not pay attention. I was just there to get Mr. Depp out of there. But, you know, there were times I've heard Ms. Heard call him a fucking deadbeat dad, if I can say that. I apologize to the court. If a fucking washed up, fucking cunt, you name it. She's spewed it. So the argument continued. There were moments of kind of normal conversation, peaceful conversation, but then there were also moments of yelling and anger from both of them. And at some point I witnessed Ms. Heard throw a Red Bull can. And I saw Ms. Heard throw a Red Bull can from her position that struck Mr. Depp in the back.
Anything else that you recall?
At that point, I moved closer to Mr. Depp. I didn't care that I was in the middle of their conversation at that point. I didn't want my client getting hit with anything else. So I stood right by Mr. Depp. The verbal onslaught continued from both of them. Mr. Depp was giving as good as he got at that point. He was angry and agitated. At one point, Ms. Heard threw something else, either a purse or some sort of bag or something that she had up there. I was able to knock it away so it didn't hit him. At one point, she spit at him.
What do you remember Ms. Heard saying to Mr. Depp on this occasion?
Jeez. Anything and everything. Specifically, there was you're fucking washed up. You're a fucking cunt. Which he called her as well. You're, again, the deadbeat dad shit. Yeah, I don't even remember what the fight was about, but it was pretty. The F word is my favorite word, and it was being thrown around to the point where I was uncomfortable. Mr. Depp went upstairs and rearranged her closet for her, threw down probably every rack of clothing and shoes, threw at least one down the stairs. Yeah, he was upset. I felt it was time to get Mr. Depp out of the situation, so I stepped in between Miss Heard and Mr. Depp, telling Mr. Depp that we were leaving and that it wasn't up to him anymore. At that point, out of the corner of my eye, I saw a fist and an arm come across my right shoulder, and I heard and saw a closed fist contact Mr. Depp in the left side of his face.
And whose fist was that?
That was Miss Heard's fist, Amber Heard's fist.